Welcome to the Cats and Kittens foster training. This training is for unweaned and weaned kittens, nursing mom and kittens, medical cases, behavioral cases, and our Happy Home Safe Home program. We will be discussing each foster category at length and go over basic foster care. I'm so excited to have you join our HSSW family. This slide is going over contact information. If you need anything, please message or email me. You can also reach me at the phone number listed. If you have an emergency after hours, call the emergency on-call phone. The shelter is open every day, but the hours do vary. If you call and no one answers, please remember to leave a voicemail. Just a quick reminder, as the foster parent, you are responsible for transporting your foster pet. HSSW must approve any outside expenses, such as veterinary care. Cats must be kept indoors at all times. Legal ownership remains with HSSW. HSSW is the only one that can adopt foster pets into their new homes. If you know of anyone who wants to adopt your foster pet, please send them our way. Please remember, when you are taking your foster pet anywhere, you are always having them travel in the carrier we provided you with. The best place for them to be is in your car riding in the back seat, and they should be buckled in. Please remember to make the car comfortable by using heat in the colder season and air conditioning in the warmer seasons. When you arrive to HSSW, please remember to keep your foster pet contained at all times. I know it's hard and you want to show everyone the progress you've made with your foster pet, but please keep them in the carrier at all times for their safety. As with anything, even fostering, there are risks. There will be medical risks, as we don't typically know the foster animal's previous medical history. There could be underlying medical complications. Because of this, there is a risk to your pets. Please remember to quarantine your foster pet for at least 2 weeks and to have your animals up to date on any vaccinations. Of course, not every foster case will go as planned, so please anticipate the foster care period to be longer than expected. Foster pets will need time to adjust to their new environment, so please be patient with them. Now we're going to review Maddie's Pet Assistant app. You'll be sent an invite to the app once you take in a foster pet. Once you have the app, you can put in pets' names, photos, and even bios. You'll take scheduled surveys on your foster pet's progress, and then I will review those surveys daily and contact fosters if it's needed. In this slide, we're going to review basics for caring for a foster animal. You'll need to provide a clean environment for your pets daily. This means cleaning the litter boxes, changing dirty bedding, food and water bowls, as well as offering fresh food and water. You will also need to make sure that your foster pets are clean. You'll need to observe and interact with your pets daily. Enrichment is crucial in the pet's journey. You will be expected to give any medication that has been prescribed, as well as following any restrictions we have placed on your foster pet. Please remember to watch for any signs of illness or injury. If you have any concerns, please do not hesitate to reach out. In these next couple of slides, we're going to go over unweaned kittens care and what to provide for them. The general care for foster kittens can seem like a lot, and sometimes it is. These are the key factors for caring for a kitten. You will need to keep the kitten clean and warm. Kittens are having a lot of first, which usually means a very messy time for both you and the kitten. Please make sure you are giving sponge baths as needed by taking a warm wet cloth and gently wiping down their face, legs, belly, and butt. Make sure you're cleaning their face after each feeding and cleaning their butt area to avoid dermatitis. If dermatitis does occur, let me know so I can get you some topical treatments. To keep them warm, use the Snuggle Safe that you are provided with. If the kittens are not warm, they will not eat. Another step for caring for your foster kitten is weighing them. You want to make sure you are weighing them daily and around the same time each day. There will be a weight comparison chart in the foster manual to help you track and compare their growth. If your foster kittens lose any weight, we need to know right away. In this slide, we're going to talk about feeding unweaned kittens and their schedules. Until the kitten is 2 weeks old, it will need to be formula fed every 2 to 3 hours by bottle. At 2 weeks old, they will need to be formula fed every 4 hours, and at 3 weeks, they'll only need to be fed every 4 to 5 hours. At 4 to 5 weeks old, kittens start the weaning process, so they'll only need to be fed every 5 to 6 hours. Kittens should have a robust appetite and want to eat. Syringe feeding may be appropriate for kittens under 10 days old who are having troubles latching. When you are syringe feeding, remember to take it very, very slow, by going 1 drop at a time onto the tongue. If the kitten latches, slowly start to feed 1 drop at a time. Please keep in mind that syringe feeding increases the risk of aspiration, so be very careful. If you're unsure, just go back to the bottle. So you may be asking yourself, what if the kitten won't latch? First, be patient. If you need a break, take one. When you're ready, just try again. Now that you've taken a break, check for any errors, such as is the formula having clumps, or is the bottle clogged? Is the formula too cold or too hot? Is the hole cut to the right size, or is it too large? Once you've found the problem, take the feeding slow, one drop at a time. Even if the latching does not occur, just make sure the kitten is truly swallowing each drop. Continue to take it slow and monitor during the feeding. If your kitten is still not latching, try additional steps to help the kitten feel comforted during bottle feedings. You'll see these steps in a few slides. No matter if it's syringe feeding or bottle feeding, please remember when feeding any kitten, they stay in a natural position, which is either sitting or laying with their belly down. Please do not confuse human babies with kittens. A lot of people think you can feed a kitten laying on its back, but that can cause aspiration, and we do not want that. Maybe not the most appealing part of fostering, but definitely a necessary one. I'm going to go over the basics of stimulating your foster kitten. Because kittens don't have the strength in their abdominal muscles, kittens require help from us to use the bathroom. To stimulate them, you'll need to gently massage their anal and urinary regions with a soft wet washcloth, wet cotton ball, or gauze to mimic what a mom would normally do. When the kittens are 4 weeks old, you can start using the litter box to train them. You can do so by placing the kittens in the litter box after meal times. Please observe the urinary and fecal output. The urine should be clear or yellow, and the feces should be well formed with a tan or brown color. If their feces are loose, bloody, or watery, we need to know right away. Keeping your foster kitten comfortable is very important. Stress can have negative impacts for the health, happiness, and viability of the kitten. Try to replicate a natural experience for them to the greatest extent possible, in terms of choice of supplies, touch, sound, smell, care, and schedule. Kittens thrive with routines, which are easiest to create in a foster home environment. In these next couple of slides, we're going to go over basic care and what to provide for weaned kittens. Some of these bulletin points were previously discussed in the unweaned kitten category, but still apply. To name a few, keeping your kittens clean and continuing to weigh them daily, and remember if they are to lose any weight, I need to know right away. Something different, you will now have to litter train your foster kitten. I know it sounds hard, but it's actually pretty easy. We'll go more in depth with this in a couple of slides. When fostering weaned kittens, they should have already gone through the weaning process or are just about done with the weaning process. However, not all kittens are on the same journey, and some take a little longer with the weaning than others, and that's okay. The weaning process can take anywhere from a couple of days to 1 week, and remember, it is a process, so you should never simply give the kittens a bowl of moistened food and expect them to eat it. Once they are comfortable with eating the slurry and moistened kibble, you can now fully transition them to pate-style wet food and regular dry food, as well as water. Keep in mind, not all kittens are the same, and some may not prefer the pate food. If that's the case, it's okay to offer them only kibble. Just make sure it is moistened for them. Always remember, this is a new step for them, so you're going to want to supervise meal times to ensure each kitten is eating. Anything left behind may be then offered freely. And don't forget to offer fresh water. And again, please continue to weigh the kittens daily. If any of them lose weight, I need to know right away. Litter box training weaned kittens usually happens around 4 weeks old. You can do this by placing your kitten in the litter box after meal times. It is important to monitor the fecal and urine outputs. If you suspect anything is off, please let me know right away. The table shown goes over some of the do's and don'ts of litter box training. You may think playing is just something for fun, but you're actually teaching the kitten how to play and what's too rough. This is where you are molding the cat into who they grow up to be. So let's dive in. Some of the natural behaviors cats will have, such as climbing, scratching, hunting, burrowing, lounging, as well as visual and olfactory stimuli. You're going to want to fulfill these natural behaviors by having a cat tree or a scratching post, as well as cat beds to lounge in, and lots of different toys. Make sure that whatever you have are kitten safe. In these next couple of slides, we're going to go over basic care, feeding guides, and the weaning process for both mom and kittens. The nicest part about having Mom with kittens is that Mom will do majority of the work. You just have to assist along the way and make sure she's completing all her necessary tasks. You'll also need to handle the kittens as it's an important step for their social development. You'll have to give Mom a nesting environment, something that is clean, warm, and quiet. Last but certainly not least, you'll be required to weigh the kittens daily, as well as keeping track of their weights. If they are losing weight, let me know right away. When it comes to feeding and nursing Mom and kittens, Mom should have the feeding down pat for the kittens, but you'll still be required to provide food for Mom. Make sure you are giving her fresh food and water daily. You'll want to offer kitten pate to Mom as it packs a nutritional punch. If Mom is a picky eater, let me know and I can get you some canned tuna or chicken for you to try. You'll know the kittens are ready to eat when they're around 4 weeks of age. We'll go over more of the weaning process in the next slide. As stated in the previous slide, kittens begin the weaning process around 4 weeks of age. It's important they don't start too soon as they need the nutrition that comes from Mom's milk that wouldn't normally be in a kitten pate. Signs of readiness include more mobility. They can stand on their feet and will usually have both canines as well as incisors. If the kitten is unable to stand or play, they are not ready. Overall, the weaning process usually lasts 7 days and can take anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks to become fully weaned from Mom. They're usually weaned by 8 weeks, but every kitten is different. During the weaning process, you may find they require supplement feedings from Mom, and that's totally okay. There are a lot of benefits from having Mom around other than feedings. She also teaches them how to play, eat, interact, and use the litter box, all by having her kittens observe her. During this time, make sure to give Mom a break from her kittens. Just because you have Mom doesn't mean the weaning process won't be less messy. Although messy, play is normal and a healthy way to experiment their new source of food. But make sure you are keeping the feeding area and kittens as clean as possible. Remember, be patient and don't rush the process. In these next couple of slides, we're going to go over medical cases, behavioral cases, and our Happy Home Safe Home program. Fostering a medical case sounds pretty intense, but it's usually not too bad. Just remember, if you have any questions, we're here to help you. The specifics of medical cases will vary. We will provide you with any information and care guides prior to you taking on the foster pet. Some of the more common medical cases are upper respiratory infection, or URI, awaiting surgery, and broken limbs. Fostering behavior cases are one of the most rewarding experiences. You'll be working with scared, elderly, overstimulated, or semi-feral kittens and adult cats. With these cases, you'll need to spend extra time with them and give them a comfortable, quiet, and smaller area for them to decompress. Once they're comfortable, you can start by sitting in the room and reading aloud to them. Even if they approach you, try not to pay too much attention to them. I find using yummy treats or wet food help gain trust of the scared cat. Just remember, once you leave the room, take that same yummy treat with you. Once your pet has made some progress, you'll now want to work on touch, a very important factor. Go slow and don't rush it. You want to get to the point where you can pet, hold, and handle the cat with ease. In partnership with Defy Domestic Abuse Beloit, HSSW's Happy Home Safe Home program is committed to helping survivors of domestic violence secure a safe place for their pets while they get in a better situation for both themselves and their pets. In this program, the foster will be more restricted with what they can do with pets, meaning they won't be able to take them out in public or post them on social media. They also won't be able to introduce them to anyone outside of their household. Pets in this program can be in foster anywhere from a month to 3 months, but never more than that. Thank you for joining HSSW's foster team. You are officially a Cats and Kittens foster. We are so excited to have you. By joining HSSW, you are saving lives. We wouldn't be the shelter we are without the help from fosters like you. Now that you have finished the general orientation and the Cats and Kittens orientation, please email me to get you started.